Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. Today's tutorial I'm going to talk about Spring configuration. There are two ways that we can configure. One is through using the XML files, and the other one is without XML files. And that one we call the Java configuration. So we know that a web application in Java can have web.xml file, and you can see in the slide that we have over here a web.xml file. And if you look at this part, you can see that the servlet name is my dispatcher. So this is just a name, and actually this is an instance of this class. Okay, and what is the class? You can see that this is telling org.springframework.web.servlet.dispatcher servlet, and basically this is the dispatcher servlet that we talked in the earlier tutorial, and it has some init parameters or initialization parameters. One of the parameter name is context config location, and the param value is the path of the file. So what is the name of the configuration file over here? The configuration file name is my-dispatcher-config.xml. Okay, so now let's look into the next slide, and we can see that the servlet name is my dispatcher. It is an instance of this class and will be initialized with parameter name, context config location, and the location of configuration file. And then, so we can understand that this is the configuration file that we're looking into, and let's look into that over here. So this is a short example of that file, what it can contain, and you can see that it is starting with the tag beans, and then we have this one, context component scan base package. Okay, and we have a package name over here. So we'll be talking about the component scan thing later on in the later tutorial, but it is just one of the tag you can see over here. And then we are saying that there is a bean ID view resolver, and this is what is saying that internal resources view resolver. And what it is doing is basically it's telling to look for the JSP pages. Okay, and we are saying that this is the location of the JSP pages folder. So if we look over here, we have a web.xml file. Okay, and this web.xml file has dispatcher servlet. Okay, and the instance of this dispatcher servlet over here I have is my dispatcher. So if I look at the folder, so I have web-inf folder, and under that I have web.xml file. Okay, and within this web.xml file I have this dispatcher servlets instance, which is my dispatcher, and I'm saying here context config location, and within the context config location I am putting over here a config file. Okay, so over here I have created another directory which is config, and within this config I have put this file. Let's look into this. So I have put this file, my dispatcher config XML. Okay, so over here within the config I have my dash config.xml file, and what it is doing, it is giving me the component scan, and which we'll be talking later on. And then we have a view resolver, which is telling where to look for JSP files. And within this configuration file, we can put many other stuff, but this is just a very small example that what is the folder structure and where we're going to put within the web.xml file. We are going to have the instance of the dispatcher servlet, and we are passing on the location of it, and then within the configuration file we are putting the component scan and then the view resolver thing to make it a minimum display of the web application. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.